what if Piccolo became an android? Let's get to my goal of 10,000 subscribers, so go show some support and subscribe, and even drop a like. Now if this video does get to 100 likes, I will continue the series. Now, this takes place during the Saiyan Saga, when Piccolo was killed by Nappa protecting Gohan. Now we know that either Kami or Piccolo, if either of them die, both of them will disappear in the end result. So, let's say that in this what if, when Piccolo did die, Dr. Gero would take the opportunity and he would steal the body of Piccolo and be able to revive him just in time before he passed on, repairing all the damages that were done to his body. And it would also make Kami come back alive as well, but barely. It was a weak life force. Now after the battle, the Z-Fighters would still go to Namek either way, and they would end up battling Frieza and his army. The only downside is Piccolo wasn't there to help. Now Nail luckily is there, so in this what if, to help in the battle, Nail is actually there to help, and he's actually survived the onslaught that Frieza did to him. So after Nail did survive the battle of Frieza instead of being killed, he actually fused with Elder Guru to help defend the Namekians, as Elder Guru was passing on anyway, and to defeat Frieza, there was no other way, and yes, it was confirmed that Elder Guru can do fusion technique like any other Namekian can do. Now Nail, I would say, has a power level of around 1.2 million. I'm gonna just make it, considerate since he's very close to Piccolo. And yeah, his power level is pretty much the same as Piccolo's was in the original. But Nail has a couple more abilities. Nail, at this time, fusing with Elder Guru, he can have the healing abilities. And he can unlock one's potential during their battle. Now Nail would be able to help Vegeta unlock his power by help boosting it from 2 million to, well, who knows? Because Elder Guru's power level boosts their bodies to its max limit, as they are right now, like how Gohan and Krillin were around 10,000 or so, and after they were easily higher than 20,000, and that was just Krillin. Gohan far surpassed that what his potential was, mixing with the Saiyan biology. So I'm going to say that Vegeta at his max limit of his body can take currently right now would be around from 2 million up to around 10 million, which is a 5 times boost. And it is possible with Vegeta's Saiyan biology to where he can get this strong. So, the Frieza battle would still happen. Now, in this what if, Vegeta would still be killed by Frieza, but he would do far better than he did in the original, though. Far better than even Goku did as well. Well, minus the Kaioken. But he would still pass away, and Goku would still swear vengeance on Frieza. Now, during this time, Nail would also bring Goku's power level up as well, to help him out in the battle, and also heal Goku when Goku was badly injured by Frieza, and Gohan and the others were trying to fight off Frieza so Goku can get time. Now Goku around this time has a power level around 12 million, which is only 2 million higher than Vegeta, so it's not like, oh my god. Now, yes, Goku here would still unlock Super Saiyan, considering Frieza in hard times has always done rash thinking, so he would do anything to get over a Saiyan, maybe kill somebody or make Goku distracted so he can get him. So he would actually kill Krillin and nearly kill Gohan in a panic, making Goku snap and turn Super Saiyan. After Goku ends Frieza, they would all return to Earth and enjoy peace, until Nail would actually stay on planet Namek, and he would still have the Dragon Balls, because remember, he is alive, and he is now the new maker of the Dragon Balls, so he would use the Dragon Balls to bring back all of his people, and all the people that Frieza has killed. Now, would this mean the Saiyans will come back? No, Nail did not wish for all the Saiyans to come back. He only wished for people that Frieza killed on Namek, because that's a lot of people that Frieza killed. So, as they wouldn't be enjoying peace, there's no Mecha Frieza. And would King Cold still show up? I don't think so, because, remember, King Cold only showed up because Frieza kind of told him to. Even King Cold said, what's the point of going to Earth? It doesn't matter. But Frieza wanted to go to Earth and wanted to kill the Saiyans, so that's why King Cold went. Now, of course, Trunks would still show up after a year or two, and he would still explain about the androids. Now, there are androids that will appear in about 3 years' time, far stronger than anyone here. And they're being led by a Namekian, but it doesn't have a name. And he is insanely powerful. Now, he would tell Goku about the heart fires and give Goku the heart medicine, and he would leave. 3 years pass. As this time, Dr. Gero was the only one there. No Android 19 or nothing like that. Now, Goku would be fighting Dr. Gero and kind of mop the floor with him a little bit. He would start having the heart issue, and he would be taken out of commission. Now, during this time, Dr. Gero did absorb some power. He was able to get away, because remember, Piccolo did not chase him. Piccolo chased him down and found him. So in this one, if Dr. Gero was actually able to get away, as they cannot sense energy, so he would still awaken Android 17 and 18. Now, Dr. Gero was preparing for his true creation to be released, Android X. The same events happen, the exact same. There is no Cell as well. In this What If, there is no Cell. He was focusing just on Piccolo. He was not focusing on Cell. So he wants Piccolo to be like the perfect android. He wants to be like the perfect fighter. And he feels that this Cell, there is no reason for Cell because Piccolo could be easily more controlled, as he does have a fear about that. Now, of course, when he does revive Android 17 and 18, remember in the original, they killed him. In this What If, they do not kill him, and they just kind of let him go, but they do destroy the remote as he, can't make another one to kill them, as they threaten him with it. Now, during this time, all the events happen the same, all up until Goku is healed and back to full strength. The only minus is that you won't see Cell at all lurking around. It's just Android 17 and 18 going around destroying everything. Now, once when Goku was brought back, Vegeta was actually fighting both the androids at the same time. Now, Vegeta here was in his Super Vegeta form, and he was able to battle both of them pretty easily. Even if Android 16 was there, either way, all three of them would not have a chance against Super Vegeta. Super Vegeta was far stronger than second perfect Cell, than second form Cell. So what else can the androids do to Vegeta? I mean, it took perfect Cell to beat him. I mean, Android 16, Android 18 was shocked at Vegeta's power. But then this is when Dr. Gero would then release Project X, or Android X, the ultimate weapon, his perfect creation. Now, once when he was released, this android would appear right in front of Vegeta. His face was cold. Now, Vegeta instantly recognizes this Namekian. He seems familiar. Was this a Namekian that he killed when they first arrived on the planet? He doesn't know, or maybe it's just a Namekian that he found and he stole. Now, Dr. Gero was laughing, as remember, he has cameras in the Namekian so he can see what's going on. And he also had a power percentage output, so he can actually control from his chair how powerful to make this android. So he can put him from even 1% power to 100% power for the android to battle. So he can control how strong the android is at all times. So Vegeta would then smirk and think, alright, another android for me to squash, no problem. And he would then power up and strike Namek right in the face. But just like if you strike Broly, it does nothing to him. Android X would then grab his arm and pull him forward and elbow him into the sky, appearing right behind him and kicking the sand into the dirt, and he would stomp on the back of his head, kicking his face down into the ground. The Namekian was frowned as Dr. Gero was smirking, proud of the Namekian. It was doing amazing power, amazing results, and he was only using 10% of his power. Now Vegeta would then turn to base as he ran out of power, as he was easily outclassed by this Namekian. He can't understand it. How is he so powerful? Now Trunks would be enraged seeing his father injured, and he was glad that he was actually knocked out so Vegeta didn't have to see this and destroy his pride. He would use his Ultra Super Saiyan form, or pretty much the max or Super Saiyan form grade 3, bulking up to a massive size, as he would then punch Piccolo, as it would actually harm him a little. They would clash bows back and forth. Dr. Gero smirked, saying, "Let's see how much the Saiyan can handle at 25%. Piccolo would then widen his eyes and charge his power up, as his purple and blackish in color exploded. His power level rises higher and higher. Now he would attack Trunks, overpowering the Saiyan in both power and speed, mainly speed, making Trunks barely being able to survive the onslaught. Krillin actually saved him by using the solar flare technique, getting all three of them out of there. Now Piccolo would stand there, fixing his eyes, and he was stood there cold. He would notice that they were flying off, but he wasn't worried about it. They were injured and scrambled. There's no point chasing after them because that's no fun in that. Piccolo's like a predator here. He's dark and no joke. So, would they also kill the other androids? No. Dr. Gero thinks that they should be destroyed, which is why he's actually sending Piccolo after them, but they escaped as well. Krillin would actually have the other three androids come with him. Now, they would have no chance, and all the three androids would actually meet Goku, which is pretty awkward. Now, they were all badly injured, but after a little bit of a stare down, they have a mutual truce. They pretty much say that, hey, we need to defeat Dr. Gero and kill this android. After this, though, we will continue what we're doing, and we will kill you. Goku would smirk and say, that's fine by me, but don't attack Earth after we're done. You can have your match with me as much as you want, but first let's handle the situation. So, Goku knows that he's not at 100%. But after explaining what the Saiyan Namekian was, Goku was shocked that it could potentially be Piccolo. It feels like him, but it doesn't feel like Piccolo. He was an android like them. Now, Goku was shocked that Piccolo actually survived and became an android. He thought that he was gone. But he also remembers that Kami still survived, but barely. He was like on life support almost. So it's really odd. But honestly, who took it the hardest was Gohan. His teacher. Gohan promised himself that he will save Piccolo at all costs. Now, the training goes the exact same at the high-powered time chamber as before. There is no Piccolo fusion with Kami, so as the Z Fighters come out, aka Goku and Gohan, they would actually go to find Piccolo. As they would find him in a rocky wasteland, Piccolo was waiting for them, as he looks at Goku saying, he wants him, the boy can leave. Now, Goku gets into his battle stance, and the fight begins. The two clash, Piccolo clearly having a higher advantage above Goku. Now, Goku would have to go full power Super Saiyan or Master Super Saiyan. Dr. Gero would then push Piccolo to use 50% of his power, making him a black and purple aura. As they battled, clashing blows, Piccolo smirked a little, as he would grab Goku's face sinisterly, kind of like King Piccolo, and tell him, "This is only half of my power, Son Goku." And he would then gut punch Goku, making him scream and spit blood on the floor, as it would launch him right through rock pillars, making him crash down, knocked out. Gohan would then turn Super Saiyan to check on his father. Goku was kind of just dazed and knocked out from that single blow. Gohan was conflicted fighting his friend. Now Gohan here was stronger than Goku, but this is his mentor, his first made friend, Piccolo. He's going to try to save his life. He has to. Piccolo must be controlled, or must be something. Piccolo would not do this. Now, of course, as Gohan would be fighting Piccolo, Goku would soon regain consciousness and burst back into Super Saiyan. Now, Gohan would fare as well as Goku did, but he could do better. But remember, he was conflicted of fighting his friend. Now, Goku, getting back up and recuperating himself, would then go help his son, who was getting dominated by Piccolo, getting slapped around. Now, father and son fighting Piccolo at the same time would actually be pushing the Namekian. As this was actually a tough battle. Having father and son, two master-level Super Saiyans fighting Piccolo at the same time is not easy. So, it made massive earthquakes and massive shockwaves across the wasteland. As the other Z Fighters arrived watching the battle, the fight pushes on as Goku and Gohan, both bloody, fighting hard, as this was a gritty, dirty, old classic DBZ battle. Now, Piccolo actually had some scratches on his face, but he was still cold and collected, not showing any facial expression. But Dr. Gero had enough of this, as he knows that Saiyans can push their limits when they're in a corner. So he needs to end this now before they'll start attacking Piccolo too much, but he just wants to end it. So he pushed the limiter even higher, turning up the dial, making Piccolo go to 75%, making his muscles a little bit larger as his aura was even bigger. His power level skyrocketed to new levels as Piccolo was screaming, powering up, as sparks and electricity was shooting everywhere. Gohan and Goku stood there in shock at the power as Piccolo charged forward. And that is it for this video, you guys. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'd love to do this series more. So show some support, and let's get this video to 100 likes, and I will do another video. Let's get to 10,000 subscribers, and I will talk to you all later.